Yo, what's good, YouTubes? This is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray, and this is the EDCCP. That's the Everyday City Carry podcast. And today I have a very special guest, the newly found homie, digital homie, Mr. Old Man. Give him a round of applause. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. So before we got started, we were talking about, I wanted to tell you about these rings because you were talking about your watch, your Fitbit. So they sent us these like Groove Life rings. They're silicone. So if you got like an active lifestyle, maybe you're hiking, you're working out a lot, and you don't want to wear like your real ring. So they sent us these rings, but they also made bands, but I think they only do it for Apple. So I wanted to tell you about it.
I've seen those advertised quite a bit, the Groove rings.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Before we get completely like rambling on, which is I think we'll do because I feel the energy already since we started talking. Just give a brief like overview of like how you got started on YouTube, because you have a pretty big channel, man. Like I really appreciate you taking the time to be on this, since I'm a smaller creator. And like, how long have you been on YouTube?
Yeah, so that's an interesting story, actually. I started YouTube, I believe, back in 2009. So it's been about 10 years. The first video I uploaded was a Bradley Camara review, which sucked horribly. Nobody go back and watch that. Like, don't go back and watch that video. It sucks. Mm-hmm. I think it was actually for a Blade HQ contest. That they just wanted a video entry, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna record a video and enter. And it was then just kind of a hobby thing. I just uploaded videos whenever the hell I felt like it. But then I uploaded my knife collection video. Yeah. And like the big one, if you go to my channel, look at the big one. That I uploaded, and I think like a couple years later, it just took off. And to this day, I still don't know why. But that's kind of the video that got me the fame, quote unquote, the infamy that I have now. So I'd still actually consider myself a small YouTuber, even though like my subs are big, like bigger than yours. I'm still kind of a small guy, as far as like from YouTube.
That video, the first collection video, because you have two, right? I think I've watched both of them.
I have
part
a couple,
one, part two, or something like that.
I think I've done a collection every year since 2015.
Yeah,
I think, but it was 2016 that really took off.
How many subs did you get, like in boost average, did you get from that one video?
From that one video, I'd say pretty much all my subs.
Like 15,000 or something?
Yeah, because before
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
While we're talking, I'll look it up, because somewhere I had a screenshot saved. I can't remember where I have it now. But
dude,
when
that's so crazy.
Well, I know, because I'm trying to remember what year it was, but I think it was around 2016. I have a screenshot saved in my my YouTube homepage, and I only had like 600 subs. Yeah. And then after that video took off, everyone just started subbing. So that's how YouTube works. Like, it's so weird. Amazing. YouTube works so weird that way, where like, you can be uploading constantly, consistently, for years, and then all of a sudden one video just takes off, and then that's it. Like, you just get big.
But dude, I feel like it's very well deserved that you have that many. Actually, here's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on, because I've mentioned you so many times in just reviews and my podcasts, but like people in my niche, in my circle, even though we're kind of in the same community, EDC, we check out the same stuff. They're like, oh, who's this guy? But I'm like, no, but he's bigger than a lot of my friends that are doing good in my circle of people, So I really wanted to have you on because I really like your content. I like knife reviewers that do different things, kind of like
I've been all over the place.
Dude,
I'm all over the place.
We're gonna get to your photography and all that too, because I definitely want people to check that out. It's very cool. But yeah, your videos, when I check them out, they're not just tabletop, which I love. Although the tabletop guys, the experts, I do like those. I check those out when I want to know if I should really get something or not. But if I want something fun and entertaining, I'll watch like you.
I know, right now you're just like, hey, how much more? Why don't you shut the hell up and show us a knife? I'm gonna. Like, okay, when? Right now.
All right, are you hyped for it yet? You better be. The really, really fun part about this knife, though, is the pocket clip. It's a freaking screaming skull.
I don't know if you know Advanced Knife Bro. Do you know him?
Now I fancy myself a fancier of fancy knives. For example, I have me a Sebenza 28. Is it a 28? Then there's the Hawk Mud Auto. Pew!
Not off the top of my head, no.
So, yeah.
I don't know anybody.
This is what I mean. That guy you'll like also because he does kind of like very, I want to say like very dry humor. Like
Okay,
he'll
yeah.
do jokes throughout the whole review and it's all cinematic, the whole thing, which is really cool. And he does like all folding knives, you know. Cedric and Ada, Gear and Outdoors is an Australian guy.
Well, hi there, everybody. Now, the usual fella who runs this here video production, he ain't been around so much lately. I'm not sure what's all that aforementioned stuff about the knife industry.
So now we're going to talk about how I feel about the whole knife as a package.
Another guy that I like, he does like really funny bits where he like dresses up in costumes and like he does all these cut tests. You know, these are the guys that I like watching for entertainment. And I'm not sure, one day on Saturday, I just found yours. I don't even remember what. It was probably the knife collection thing.
Right, that's how everyone
And I was
finds
like,
me.
who is this guy? You know what I mean? I was like, I feel like this guy, I should know him. You know, in my circle, I'm the most hyperactive one. I talk the most. I mean, this morning I did a podcast solo, right? And I went over my time, dude, like my own time. I tried to do just an hour and my camera was running out of memory. So, and I was like, you know, when I watch your videos, I'm like, man, I think I'd really, you know, it'd be really cool if me and this guy hung out even digitally. Where are you located, by the way? Like what state?
I'm in Michigan.
If you want to, okay.
No, it's cool. I've mentioned it before. I'm in Michigan. I put my real name out there before. I used to be like really, you know, worried about like, oh, someone's gonna find me and stalk me and kill me, you know. But now it's like whatever. I mean, anyone can find you nowadays.
On my shirt right now. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, anybody could find you if they want. So Michigan, right? How are the knife laws over there?
So the knife laws are actually, they're good, but they're iffy to a certain point. So, you can pretty much carry whatever you want. Back in 2000, it was 16, I think, 16 or 15. They legalized switchblades actually, which I mean is awesome. You know, I mean that's awesome. But Michigan doesn't have any preempted knife laws, so technically Michigan could say it's okay, but in my county, they could be illegal. So you got to kind of
carry or to own.
To anything, like all knives could be illegal. Like there's some county, I think I want to say it might be Ann Arbor. I can't remember exactly, but like you can't own anything, like anything that's sharp or pointy, like you'll go to jail for it. Which
even like a steak knife or something?
Like anything basically. Yeah, they're like nothing. So that's what's weird about not having preempted knife laws. So you got to kind of know every single jurisdiction, you know, in your entire state, which is impossible. Like no one can do that. So basically, as long as you're not being stupid, you know, like that's kind of my philosophy. I carry a knife. I don't cause waves, you know.
Do you carry it like on pocket or in a sheath or something?
I always pocket carry, you know.
Dude, I can't even do that. You guys
Knife
are
check.
bold. What is
Knife
that?
check, what you got? This is a Benchmade bug out.
What did I carry today? Bug out. Nice. I don't have one of those. Is that an aftermarket clip or the regular clip?
This is just the regular clip. This is the Blade HQ exclusive. All blackout.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, man. I only have two Benchmades, the Nakamura and I think a North Fork. What I carried today was these two guys because I had to take pictures of them for Instagram. I would never be able to afford these. This is what I mean. I'm gonna invite you. No, these are Monterey Bay knives, and this is called the Sprocket. And it reminded me of that skit on Saturday Night Live.
Now's the time our sprockets when we dance.
Do you remember? Do you ever watch that show?
No.
All right. Anyway. So this is what I mean. Why I want to invite you to this group is that I would never be able to afford these. They just sent me two of these. They're like I think $220 each, and I just get to check them out. I mean, I don't get to keep them. I get to do a review or showcase them any way I want, and they're really cool. Like this is CF and carbon fiber. It's designed by Jerry McGinnis.
Okay, is that titanium? Titanium scale?
Titanium and carbon fiber with an M390 blade, and I'm just like, I would never buy it. Yeah. That's Scrooge McDuck, you know. But dude, it's really cool. I'm definitely gonna link you up with that. That's what I carried today, just because I had to take pictures. This is good. This is good. We're getting the knife stuff out of the way so we can get to the good stuff. Because we got to keep people like watching.
They want to see knives too.
Yeah. This is a ProTech. This is a ProTech. ProTech Ferrum Forge design, and Drop is selling it, and it's got a button lock on it, dude.
Oh, that looks so smooth.
It's so freaking cool, bro.
Yeah.
Look at this. I think this is very well priced though. I think this is $180 for the grayscale model, and it has aluminum. Very, very light. I think this is probably the coolest thing I have on deck right now. That's pretty much what I got on here. Aside from those rings, I did a podcast, and I have a Civivi Anthropos here. It's like a budget. It won budget knife of the year on Knife News. That's why it's on the table.
I've never actually owned a Civivi, but I know you like love them.
Well, it's just that my range for buying knives is, I want to say like 150. I rarely want to go above that. You know what I mean? Especially like I started this new business with my family. Shout out to A-List CBD.
You're a drug dealer now.
Yeah. It's not weed. It's not weed. Same family, not weed though. Doesn't get you high, but it does make you feel good. Yeah. So basically, I had to take like my only way to invest in that was to say I'm not gonna take that much salary. So I get like very minimum. Like I get to pay my bills, I get to eat, I get to go out once a week with my girl. That's all I got. Okay. You know what I mean? Because we're growing the business. This is our first year. We haven't even been open a year yet. It's going well. Yeah. So I haven't been buying stuff a lot. Back again to the Apex Pass Around group. That's what it's called, the Apex Pass Around group. They are basically what's kept this channel afloat, or I wouldn't have content. I would have become strictly a city vlogger.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd still have content because I think it was your paramilitary review when you just started and you had like your little vlog session like in the subway.
The GoPro.
Well, I clicked on that. I was like, okay, and then you started that little vlog session. I'm like, okay, now I'm like, this is interesting because like it wasn't knife related, but I was like, I'm still interested to watch the video because like I'm always afraid if I put something like that at the beginning of a video, like people are just gonna click off. But then when I see a video like that, I'm like, this is cool. Like I like seeing the little bit of your life there. So
yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, some of my favorite videos that you do is like not even knife related. Like when you were like, hey man, I love photography too. That's my other hobby. Like your photography on Instagram is pretty cool. You're like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is like pretty cool art,
I do now. I know what I'm doing now.
How did you get started with photography?
Oh, so that was just kind of, how did I even start? I've been taking pictures and manipulating pictures like that for as long as I can remember, but it's only been like the past year that I've really started like really getting into it. I bought my first like actual camera, what the microphone's on right now, this thing. And
which camera is that?
This is a Canon T6, but the one I use now is the M50.
Okay.
This lens costs more than like most of my knives. This is an expensive lens. It's a macro. Wow. Yeah. But the M50 I use now for all my videos, all my pictures. It's definitely an awesome camera. Really small and lightweight too. If you get because like the lens it comes with is just like it's so high.
Do you use handheld only? Do you have like a gimbal, or like how do you do any moving shots or?
So like for YouTube, normally it's just gonna be locked off on a tripod. I don't have a gimbal or
Yeah. Would you do it though? Like if you came to the city, we would just gimbal around New York City.
Yeah.
I want to, man. I feel like one of the main limitations that I have, even though I'm very interested in doing cinematic style filmmaking, just like learn, because my brother is a director in the Philippines. He makes commercials for Subaru, Toyota, hospitals and shit. Like he's legit. Like he graduated from a big film school. He has a YouTube channel too. Shout out to Beyond Reviews. They did 1,000. That dude got 1,000 subs in one day. He's like at 15,000 now, I think.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so like it's kind of like in my DNA, I guess, because like I kind of see stuff and I'm like, man, I wish I knew how to shoot this. One of the main things that I'm facing is that it's very hard to shoot myself.
Mm. Yeah,
especially like if I'm in the city and I'm gonna set my
like click or bang bang.
Right, exactly right.
Like I was gonna make that joke whenever someone says that.
If I had like a nice camera like yours and I have to like place it and like jump over the railing or something, like somebody's just gonna steal that camera, maybe. Yeah. Like you don't know.
Have you seen, like, that's Casey Neistat, like some of his videos, like behind the scenes, like he'll have like 4 or 5 cameras just set up taking pictures everywhere. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's not me. I'm like, I can't.
But
do
he's
that.
got, you know what though? Your personality, right? When you make your videos, the speaking parts, how many takes do you do, or do you write it out? Is it all off the dome, improv?
So normally it's just improv. I try and do like one take. Normally once I get a video going, I just, keep going. And if I mess anything up, I'll just edit it out. So sometimes like I'll mess up a part, 2 or 3 times, but it's normally a whole take is, pretty much what you see. And I just edit it down, edit out negative space, useless stuff I say, through it.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
you do a big clip, let's say like maybe 10 minutes. And then if you're talking about a certain part of something, you'll shoot that clip and add it on. You mean like, let's say we're talking about the sprocket here.
I've gotten really lazy with that. Like I don't shoot as much B-roll as I should.
Yeah.
Because I watch your videos and you have a ton. Like you put so much work into
That's all I got. That's all I got.
No, but that's entertaining. Like that's the thing. Like you watch my video and it's like, okay, static shot of a guy's hands, like looking at a knife. And it's like, I mean, that's okay. It's still more like tabletop, and I chop it up to trick you to think it's more entertaining than it is.
You know what? I think though that you're not giving yourself enough credit because your videos are narratively driven. Like your narration is good. That's why even though it's a static shot, like it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I got a crazy personality and people like that.
Yeah, dude, that's what you need, man. This is what we need. You need to be a little fucked up to be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
If you need some good toilet reading material, go onto my knife collection video and just scroll down in the comments. Everyone says I'm on crack.
Dude, I did read that, and they were like, great. "Yo, are you on cocaine? Are you okay? Have you taken this? Are you on Vyvanse?" Like, like all this stuff, and that's what I found the most hilarious, actually. And when I first started talking about you, that's exactly what I said. Some of my guys have started to check you out. There's this guy, Benny Bustdown. He was like, I've been following that guy for a long time, actually. It's funny you mention him. He's really good, too. So, yeah, man, with this podcast, it's like what I'm trying to do is just bring all of us together. I don't know. Have you ever watched like a Joe Rogan like podcast?
Yeah. I used to listen to him on my phone a bit, but then I got lazy.
You see, like the thing is, like, what he does with like his circle of comedians and friends and whatever is like they'll have each other on each other's podcasts, and that is basically boosting everybody up together as this circle of people. And I've started noticing it too. My podcast numbers are half what my videos are, but more and more of these diehard people that love it, they're growing fast and they're hitting me up more, making more suggestions. I'll get like 5-paragraph DMs, clear critiques, not just like, oh, your voice is gay, like not like that. You know what I mean? Like it's clear critiques. Yeah, like
you got a good announcer voice.
No, you know what? I edit the shit out of it, bro. And I just hit the mic right now. I edit it. I use an app called...
This audio's not edited, right?
No.
So, but, it's not as bassy, but it still sounds good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, like, so they'll send me these clear-cut critiques like, oh, you know what? I really liked it when you said you liked the movie The Crow. That's one of my favorite movies since I was a kid. Like, just really, heartfelt, useful stuff that I've never gotten before until I did this podcast. I always had, like, people like my favorite commenters or whatever, but now that this podcast is showing who I am as a person, it's like you get more of these fans. It's like they're watching a sitcom of us, and in 5 years, you can be like, hey man, dude, people are asking me to make merch. Like I haven't made any merch.
No one asked me to make merch.
No, dude, I'm telling you.
They're like, make your channel, kill yourself. Like that's what I get. No one's like, make merch, or like kill yourself.
I think they're being funny though. Like, I read your comments, right? I'm so into comedy. Like, all I do is... I was actually listening to one of my favorite comics before I got on this podcast, so I would be a little bit witty. And, dude, like, when I read your comments, it's like, are you on cocaine? He's like, why did you drink Monster at 12 midnight? Like, it's just... I think people are just being funny. Like, some of the trolls... I got this one troll, and what sucks is this guy is, like, on the East Coast. Like, I don't want to mention his name anymore.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want. I don't want to because I've already like mentioned him in a video a few times, and I did like a whole clip on Instagram stories of me dropping the mic to like Tupac, like, so I fucked your bitch, you know what I mean, like that song, and it shows me blocking him. It shows me blocking him in the video. And yeah, but this guy was like bragging on me wearing the Band-Aids in the videos for like 6 videos, bro. And I finally had to block this guy. I don't see any comments like that, like in your section.
Like, what do you mean? Like people being? I mean, I get a lot.
They just ragged on you about the hyperactivity, but I think that is part of what makes your channel so appealing. That's what caught me. I was like, this guy's so crazy. Like I subbed right there, and that
there was one video. I think I actually privated it because of the whole COPPA law thing, because it was an action figure. Did you ever see the Samus Aran video review for me?
Samus Aran from Metroid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see that video?
I didn't see. You privated it?
I gotta unprivate it. You gotta watch that. That is me at my most hyper. Like and that's like no joke. Like if you think I'm hyper in other videos, like that is the most hyper I've ever been. Because I think I was like, it was like a couple days after I just had not a bad breakup, but just I broke up with this girl, and I just go off the wall, and I'm like, it's nuts. I have to unprivate it.
No,
you gotta
that's
see.
What people want to see, though. I think like, imagine if like I get a knife reviewer or somebody on YouTube, right, to be on this podcast, and they're just having a bad day and they go off the rails, right? And at the end of it, like I become closer and friendlier with them, and so does the audience. There's gonna be a few assholes that like I'm gonna have to block,
like me. Like me, you're gonna have to block me when this is done.
It's crazy. Oh man, but like I think ultimately like this is just gonna boost more people. And I want people to know about you, dude. That's the thing, is like people watch Cedric and Ada, like I said, Pete, that Australian guy, does funny clips, and you're in that vein. You're definitely more of a photographer, cinematographer than them. You get a nicer camera. You kind of know what you're doing. I love that Benchmade.
You can do good stuff with your phone.
I'm trying. It's hard to know because I edit it on my phone too. That's where it gets really difficult.
Right, but so the thing is, like, and I made a video about this, like, I think I did, talking about like cameras. Most of my YouTube career was built on this camera. Like, I think even my knife collection video was. It's just a little point and shoot.
I've had a different model, but I've had one of those too.
And then let's see. And most of my first videos, actually, if you scroll back, hang on. I accidentally hit my keyboard. We still good?
Yeah, we still good. I can hear you.
Good.
I can see you.
Okay, I accidentally hit my keyboard. So most of my my early videos were actually built, and people are gonna freak when I show this. iPod Nano.
That's what you used?
This was my for like years. This was my camera. I mean, it takes
How many megapixels is that?
Oh God, I know it records.
8?
I know it records like 420 video. It's like worse than cell phone cameras, But that's what I use most of the time. So like,
wow,
you gotta
your knife collection video, the one that made you pop, right? Little
point and shoot.
One.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not even anything like special. It's just a little point and shoot camera. I think it cost me like $100. I mean, your phone takes better video than this now. It's all about
now.
It's all about the content. Like people think the video, like, and your equipment is important, but it's the content. Like, you got to be engaging with people, and that's what you have. That's the thing that you have, is you have all the cuts, all the shots, your little fancy graphics popping up, and like that's entertaining to people. So like, man. No, I mean, but it is like, I mean, because you film a lot on a GoPro and your phone, right?
Most of the tabletop stuff, or like if I'm showing a knife, is gonna be filmed on my phone. When I'm out in the city, I usually use an Osmo Pocket. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
it's a DJI. Yes, that one is what I normally use if I want to do like somewhat cinematic things. So, but the PM2 is a GoPro. The PM2 is a GoPro. That's the first time I use it in a video. It's my girl's Hero 7 Black. We bought the DJI Osmo Pocket, and she bought that because she's like a fitness girl. She's a personal trainer, so she's like, I want something that I can work out at the gym and whatever. And so she bought that. So I got lucky that I got both those devices. They're kind of like the top action cameras right now.
And I remember you using I think it was the Osmo Pocket in your Hot Ones parody. Because there was one of the shots that was face tracking just slightly. Yep. And I remember like when I saw that, I was like, that's actually pretty cool, because it looked like you had a camera operator. So
Yes.
it just added to the production quality, just that extra little bit that just made it kind of pop, because like that's what stood out in that video. I mean, the video was good, but that just stood out to me.
Like that video, it's so funny. Like when we made that, I was like, fuck, no one's gonna watch this.
How's it doing actually? As far as
it did okay. It did okay.
I'm gonna check.
Here's the thing, right? I stopped looking at view count and likes, and I started paying more attention to how many people leave meaningful things. Like I have a conversation with them, right? What I started noticing was like people was using like my slang in the comment section with each other. I was like, okay, clearly something is happening.
That's good, yeah.
Even though my viewership like didn't reflect like what like because I don't make any money. We're gonna get to that too. We're gonna get to that.
You have to monetize. You have to monetize.
I can.
You need to. No, and I have a reason. When we get to it, I'm gonna tell you why.
All right. So yeah, like that's what I started because dude, I'm sure you feel this too when you make videos and like maybe it flops or it doesn't do well. Like you feel kind of shitty because you put all this work.
Like 3 or 4.
Dude, that's what's been happening, especially lately. Like something has happened where I think I'm suggested less. Everyone's been feeling it. Everyone in that group, we kind of talk to each other, and they're like, "Hey, man, what's your suggested percentage at?" And we're like, "Oh, it's mine is like 8.1." This guy's like, "I'm 16 point something," but everyone has noticed a drop. I don't know if it's these new changes with the COPPA and all this scary shit that's going on. One scary thing, on the COPPA thing. So I listen to a lot of comedians on YouTube, right? A lot of their podcasts. So I already know of 2 people, big comedians, that got their videos taken down, not because of the content within it. They thought that at first. They're like, oh, it's coming, the YouTube fucking apocalypse or whatever. And
again.
Again, right? But they said that the reason why they took it down was, and this is something cool that you may want to think about. They do spoken ads within it, not from monetization. Yeah. So like, let's say like,
sponsored?
in the middle of this, let's say in the middle of this, right? Like, this podcast was sponsored by Blade HQ. Right now they're having a sale, 20% off. The Benchmade bug out, like something like that, right? They were advertising these like chewable Viagras called Blue Chew. That's why it got taken. Yeah, and CBD oils also. I just learned that like,
and I know Joe Rogan advertises some CBD, or he was,
but like Joe doesn't give a fuck though, man.
Well, I know he doesn't.
That's the biggest show on earth right now, aside from like Game of Thrones, which just ended. So it's like Joe Rogan gets the most views. I think in a month he gets like 90 million downloads, bro. That's insane.
I'm sure it's.
Yeah. What's funny is like I started watching him from the very beginning. I went all the way back, and he said that like 5 years ago it wasn't that big of a deal. Like he's been doing this since at least like 15 years or something, but 5 years ago he said it wasn't this big, but just recently it's just gotten so big, podcasting, like everyone does it now. And I that's why I got this idea. I said, I am going to do a podcast. I'm going to get all these EDC folks to come on that are sort of maybe a little bit shy to talk to people, and like kind of like
me. I'm really shy in front of the camera,
dude.
You couldn't tell.
But dude, you're what do you mean? You're good on camera.
I'm joking.
You've been on YouTube for 10 years.
You see,
but
you see my videos. I can't be shy to do those.
Yeah, I know. Like I was watching that. What video was that where you were like trying to go? Was it on a story, and you were like trying to go to this park or something, and you couldn't get inside because they closed it? Do you remember what I'm talking about? It was hilarious. You were trying to go, and it's like, oh, it's closed for the day, the campgrounds or something like that.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Maybe it was one of my Seven Lakes videos, which I actually been recognized in real life from someone. I was at the park hiking at the end of a trail, dead end. Turn around and there's this couple. Well, actually, kind of long story. I went off to the side of the trail. The couple was at the end of the trail. I come around and the guy was like, "Hey, did you make a video on this park?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I saw you on YouTube." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "This is weird." I'm like, I'm in the middle of a park and I just met like in the middle of nowhere. And met these people that saw me on YouTube. It was a really weird feeling. I don't know.
What were they doing there? Just hanging out, or?
Yeah. Well, the guy said that they'd never been to the park before, so they looked it up, to see videos on it. He just wanted to see if it was a decent park.
That's
and they
so
found me.
Awesome, dude.
But it was so weird. Like I felt so weird. Like, oh, someone recognized me. Oh no. I'm like, this is translating over to real life. I'm like, that's
what's gonna happen, right? To you.
Maybe.
In 5 years, if you keep doing this consistently like you've been doing, I think that you're gonna reach this pinnacle height where you're
I'll
like,
be the next Peter McKinnon.
can you imagine that? I follow that guy too. This is why we're gonna get along, because I think like a lot of EDC people that I have met, at least that I have met, don't consume a lot of content outside that realm. But I watch Peter McKinnon, I watch Daniel Schiffer, like all these guys to learn a little bit more about
So,
like how to blog.
Here's a weird thing about me. Like,
Yeah.
I actually consume more non-knife related content than I do knife related content.
Same
but
here.
but I make more knife related content. It's kind of weird. Like, I love
Same.
making knife videos, but I don't like watching knife videos. It's like this weird thing. Like,
I do a few people, and I try, like, if I see a friend who has a review up, I give them a like. I try to put a comment, because that helps people. But I really don't watch a lot of knife content. I just watch like a few people. Those two guys that I mentioned, Advanced Knife Pro and Cedric and Ada. I don't really know them that well, but they're like, if you watch it, you're like, oh, these guys put time in. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see Pete like wear a mustache with like a Santa like thing, and he's like, oh, I'm Uncle Rick. Like, he's hilarious, bro. This guy's so funny. You could tell they edit their stuff, just like what we're doing. You know what I mean? What do you watch mostly on YouTube?
I don't know, when I'm not just randomly jumping around the sidebar. What do I watch? What's my watch history? Let me go back. Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. Let's see what my watch history's been.
Yeah.
But normally it's a lot of like just like tutorials and like
Same.
Like the filmmaking stuff basically. Like that's kind of what I've been on.
Who's your like top like filmmaker YouTuber type guy right now?
Let's see. Peter McKinnon I watch a lot. And not so much since he started the vlogs. So like he's been going more into like heavy vlogging, and I kind of was watching a lot of his tutorials.
Yeah. He said he's been slowing down at the tutorials. I don't listen to his podcast with Maddie, but I listened to the latest one, and that one was really good, because in the beginning he was like talking about burning out and like doing too much content, which I feel like I have been doing. Because dude, I am on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter. I do Facebook stories. I do 2 Instagram accounts, because I use A-List CBD also. I like chop my podcast up into bits, and I it's so much, like all day I'm just doing that. And on my TikTok, it's like nothing to do with knives. It's just me like rolling around with my cats, and they pop so hard on TikTok. Yeah. Like I'll put up a video of me talking to my 2 cats, and that'll get like 1,000 plays in like 2 minutes. Wow. TikTok is a funny place, bro. Like I've seen a comedian that had like, I don't know, like 900,000 followers there, and then I go to his YouTube and his Instagram, he's only got like 1,000. So that's the funny thing about it. You might want to just do it to do stupid shit.
I've heard that TikTok is like the new rising platform, but that's that's crazy.
That the crazy thing about it that a lot of people don't know is they think that everyone on TikTok is also on the other platforms, and that's not the case. They say like it's some huge percentage, like there's 1 billion people on it, and I think like 60% are only reachable there. Oh, so it's like this whole other audience. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me just do something there that's not going to be related to what I'm doing. That's just going to be like fun, and like I'll show people these cats. The tricky thing though, which is really funny, is like your immediate reaction when someone follows you is to follow back, right? Yeah. On TikTok, I can't do that. No. I got to check the page, because all these like kids are following me, because it's like cats. And I'm like, yo, I cannot get into that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the FBI knocking on your door. It's like, hey.
It's like little Chelsea. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, it's somebody's like kid. And it's all like her cat videos. So like, I got to be careful. But back to the Peter McKinnon, Maddie thing. They were talking about burnout, and like how, as a content creator, you always feel like you got to upload, keep doing, check your stats, do whatever. Yeah. And you feel like if you rest, if you sleep now, and then Peter McKinnon was like, nothing really happens. Tomorrow is still going to be tomorrow. You can still do it. And that made me feel good, because I was getting burnt out, bro. I was already getting burnt out. Do you ever feel that way?
Yeah, well, if you notice the past like couple months, like I've been in transition of getting a new job, and I just started this week, which is but I think I missed a couple weeks. I try and upload a YouTube video and a photo to my main Instagram every Saturday.
Yeah.
But I think I missed a couple weeks, and I'm probably gonna miss tomorrow in all honesty, because I have videos, I just haven't edited them. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I'm lazy. But yeah, so I definitely do feel that. There was a point, like back before I started, like back about a year ago, I only uploaded like once a month. Like if you look
how
back
did
at
that
my old,
work in terms of
it
now?
really was nothing, because I really wasn't uploading. I wasn't uploading consistently. It wasn't really knife content. It's horrible garbage basically. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and upload at least once a week. I was gonna do 2 times a week, and that didn't really work out. So once a week, an extra one here or there if I have an extra video just laying around. But I do feel the burnout, like that is real. Even for like small YouTubers, because you got other stuff in your life too. You got a job. I mean, like you work like crazy.
Dude, shit. I
You said
feel like
6 days a week.
I do 6 days and at least 50 hours, but
That's crazy.
almost all my time, and I'm very fortunate that I have my girlfriend Kelly. I give her 1 day a week. That's the only time like we can talk, we can hang out, we watch movies or whatever, and I show us vlogging in the city on Instagram. People love that. But the rest of the week, I am almost unreachable. Like I come home, I'm kind of in this go-getter mood. She's trying to talk to me. I'm like, yeah, but I got to script this review. I got to take pictures of this thing. And it's getting crazy. And, I don't make any money from it right now, which I don't mind. I feel like I can do that later. We'll talk about that. We'll get to the money.
Yeah, okay. Because I definitely want to touch on monetization
yeah.
here.
What was I saying? Fuck, it's the ADHD. I lost it.
No, so like you were saying, you don't have time. But
hey, what's up? You want to say hi? My girl's here. She's training people.
He never has any time for me.
Yeah, all right. All right.
You
That's what he was just saying.
I love you. Love you, buddy. You know what's hilarious, bro? I told her, I was like, she's like, hey, you're doing a podcast tonight, right? I was like, yeah, I'm going to have Mr. Mroldman on. And she's like, is that your friend from Ireland? And I'm like, that'd be so funny because Paddy's Potato Peelers is my friend in Ireland. And he is like, actually like, I think he's like a 70-year-old dude or something. Have you ever heard of him?
A 70-year-old dude.
Yo, he's really funny because he's like super Irish. And this is a guy that I've said this about him so many times.
You're going ADD again.
Yeah.
You were talking about the.
Okay.
Not having time.
shout out to Paddy's Potato Peelers. So what were we talking about?
So you were talking about the time, like you're unreachable. So on that thing, like don't like it. This is coming from someone who's single, but don't sacrifice like a relationship for YouTube and your content. Like that's the thing. Like
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
And that's the thing. Like
she gets it.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure that you're not sacrificing like personal relations. Because I mean, I get like the hustle and everything, but like don't like. Don't lose that.
We found like this balance. I mean, we do live together, right? So we manage the apartment together. Oh, he's drinking the Monster. That's my homie drinking the Monster. What is it?
This video is sponsored by Monster.
I know. Imagine we just cut to the commercial. Are you feeling down? Drink low carb. No, but yeah, I make sure that we're big movie buffs, so we have these passes at AMC and we can watch 3 movies a week for like $20 a month. So, like, tomorrow we're probably going to watch Jumanji and some other shit that she wants to watch. But I give her that one day. You know what I mean? Where, like, I'm completely going to do whatever. And I enjoy that. Like, I need that, you know?
Well, you need to kind of unwind.
Yeah. I've found it, like, my girl before this, I think that I was so fixated on getting good at shooting video and, like, getting better at doing YouTube that, like, that I threw that out the window too.
Yeah, don't do that.
But we're here now. All right, so let's do the monetization thing. Like, what did you want to talk about?
So, you said you don't make any money off YouTube, but you can. My advice, and monetize as soon as you can, because you never know when a video is going to go viral. For example, my knife collection video, I had monetized. I think back before probably had like, it probably only had maybe a couple thousand views, I think.
Yeah.
And then once it got monetized, I mean, I don't know the exact number that I made off it, but I know it's at least over 2,000. Like, I don't know. Because it's about, like I said, I don't have the exact numbers. I could look it up, which I'm too lazy to. But I know that about every 1,000 views is about $1, and it's almost up to 3 million views. Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking between 2,000 and 3,000. I mean, over time. But for a while there, for I think about like 6 months, I was getting almost $300 paychecks every month off of that.
That's
just that one video.
amazing.
And
That's amazing.
another video of mine, the butterfly knife, or the, what is it, 3 butterfly knife tricks so easy your grandma could learn them, or something like that.
Yeah.
That one I just uploaded wasn't doing really good, and then all of a sudden it got it actually got over 500,000 views now, just out of nowhere.
And you're telling me you're just like a small YouTuber.
But those are more like viral videos. Like, I mean, the last couple of videos I uploaded, like, they normally get around like 500 to 1,000 views. If it's a knife video, it'll get around 1,000. I've been uploading a lot of flashlight and wallet stuff because I've had a couple.
Have they been sending you stuff, or?
Yeah, a couple companies. Kind's Wallets. Shout outs to Kind's Wallets. And
Exter,
right? Yeah, which
Exter,
I'm actually getting now.
That's awesome.
Let's not flash my.
Your thing, right? Nice.
Which, I mean,
it just comes out, right? I know that wallet.
Yeah, you push a little. Button, and then it comes out. I definitely would have even bought this like on my own.
Boy, it's a big time.
It's good enough.
Big time getting Exter to send them stuff.
Well, they didn't. They
only go after the big people. They haven't gone after anyone in my circle, man.
Oh, they will. They didn't even pay me, for that video. They just sent it over and they're like, hey, just kind of touch on these topics. And I signed up for their affiliate program.
So they give you bullet points of what to talk about.
Yeah, they were actually really good. Like, they have a whole not like a script, but just things, kind of cover over, make sure you mention this name, put this in the title, but my contact there, was really good. So, I mean, I definitely recommend if you ever get, contacted by them, work with them,
You see, I am not at that level. Let me tell you my one run-in with a guy
I've seen smaller people get bigger
to send me
deals.
Okay,
yeah?
This is so they hit me up on Instagram. They're like, hey, we want you to check out our knives, right? Can you buy them on Amazon, and then we will PayPal you what you paid for it, and then you review it, right? And I was like, I felt a little sketchy about it, so I didn't do it. But a couple of my friends did, and they said it was fine. But that's where I'm at with the sponsorships.
That happened to me at first. Back on my Instagram, when I wasn't uploading all the creative stuff, I was just doing some more like just normal like landscapes and portraits and stuff. Back before I deleted all those or privated them, because my Instagram I went through and kind of overhauled it. A lot of my old stuff isn't on there. But I had a leather jacket company contact me, and they were like, hey, yeah, but they were like, hey, we, really like your stuff, and then they were basically like, do you want to buy one of our jackets? And then, we'll kind of promote you on our page, and then, you get a cut of every sale, that we make from, your referral. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to buy anything to review it. It's like, if you can send me something, I'll do a review on it, but I'm not going to be spending money on stuff right now. It's like, that's not how this works. I'm like, I'm an influencer, you got to pay. Were you
big already at the time? Did your video pop already?
Oh, at that time, well, that was on my Instagram. Like, they didn't even see my YouTube.
Okay, great.
But I think my Instagram had like, I don't know, like 100, 200 followers. I can't grow on Instagram for some reason. No matter what I try.
I think you got to post like every day. I tag a lot of people. You know what really helps? Like this podcast, I'm going to chop this up. Like right now, dude, if you look at the timestamp right now, we already did 42 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We started.
I feel like we can talk like forever.
Oh yeah.
So
it could be like hours.
We're gonna do this again for sure. I'm not cutting it off, but what I'm saying is, what I learned was if you take long form content like these podcasts, if you have video, you can chop them up into bits.
Yeah.
And you put like the best bits on Instagram and your Facebook, and you're like hitting two platforms at once. And then on Twitter, like if I have something that's really outstanding, like I'll post it on Twitter. Believe it or not, man, like my Twitter followers have nothing to do with EDC. They're all like,
you mentioned that. Yeah. They're all like anime and stuff.
Yeah. Anime gamers. Some of them are professional, in Street Fighter, they play COs. Yeah. What are you playing right now, man?
Right now, God of War 3, the remaster.
Yeah. Did you play the latest one or no?
I have it somewhere.
Yeah. I've never played it. I watched clips on it, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool.
Oh.
Kratos and all that.
I have a literal stack. There we go.
Yeah.
I got it for $10. It was like Black Friday.
Wow, that's awesome.
Next time we do this, I'm gonna have to use my phone for the video, because I think it'd probably look better if I did.
What are
Skype
you using right now?
This is my laptop. My crummy laptop webcam.
I'm using a tablet. It looks good on my end, but I know it looks normal on your end. It probably doesn't look that great.
No, your video, it actually looks good. There's like good contrast, good colors. For some reason, I wasn't thinking I could have used my phone for this. Like, I'm like, I use my laptop. I
feel
need my
with
microphone.
the phone, right? The camera may be better, but I tried it last
face
time.
all washed out here. Like it's like pasty.
It's gonna be fine, bro. You know, it looks like one of those conspiracy channel videos where like Epstein didn't kill himself. I know who did it. It was QAnon. That's what it looks like in the background. No, it's fine. Oh shit.
There, how's that look? Oh, that's hot.
That's crazy. All right. So the monetization thing. No, don't, dude. We're gonna give people seizures. We gotta put an epilepsy warning in the front.
Great. You can cut that out and put it in or you can put it deleted scenes at the end.
Oh man. Yeah. So the monetization. Did you have any more to add on that?
No, I think that was it. Other than my recommendation is do it as quick as anyone. As soon as your channel is able to monetize, because. I remember you saying, I think it was in your paramilitary video also, that you mentioned you don't like to monetize because you don't want people to have to sit through ads and stuff. Yeah. But the thing that you got to realize too is every channel on YouTube has ads. Like everyone's used to sitting through those by now. So if you have it, they're not going to think, oh man, this guy has ads. He's trying to monetize. People are just so used to it. They're just going to skip the ad. I don't even, when someone monetizes their channel now and I'm watching that, it doesn't even faze me. Like I just know it's part of YouTube now.
Yeah, so, what's funny is like the people that watch my channel a lot, they're like they want to support it. They're like, hey, make a t-shirt, like I'll buy it. Make some stickers or something. And I think, all right, I'm gonna do it. I
had an idea for merch for me a long time ago and I was gonna do it.
Why didn't you do it?
Well, I don't know. I'm lazy, but what it was going to be, like simple, it was just going to be a logo that said Mr. Mroldman. Yeah. Well, like a shirt or hat. It was just going to be, like Mr. Mroldman or, well, Mr. Mroldman J at the time, but since I changed it, but anyway, Mr. Mroldman in white, and under it was just going to have like a little slash, but the slash was going to be like white, and you could tell it would be like powder, like a cocaine line, because like since everyone's like, is this guy on crack or cocaine? Like I was like, I'm gonna do like the underline. It's just a little bit of a little bit of crack.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Actually,
I don't know if that would go over well.
So let's see what else I was gonna ask you. The photography thing. How long have you been doing that?
That was like I said, just heavily into it about the past year. Yeah, it was mainly just for me to try and forget about some stuff that happened like a year ago, and I just really got into photography, and I just went with it, and I was like, I love this.
How often do you do it?
I try and do it like once or twice a week now. With my new job, it's kind of hard because I'm working more through the day, and plus daylight savings time, I don't have light anymore. But I try and get out on my days off. I have a backlog of pictures too I haven't edited, so there's a bunch of stuff.
Do you shoot with a bunch of people usually, or by yourself mostly?
It's normally just me. Like it's just me in a forest with my camera, or in the basement. I've went out with a couple people. I'm trying to think if I posted any of those pictures.
I've seen you with a group before.
There was one time, I went with a group. We're like,
was those people that you knew already, or you kind of just like met up through the internet somehow?
I actually met them through Instagram. We just found each other's content, and just started chatting. And we just like, hey, let's meet up, because we all kind of live pretty close to each other. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that was actually pretty fun. I've only done that a couple times though. But yeah,
do you like it, or do you want
It's fun if there were. I'd like if there were more people around who actually did photography and that were like kind of in my sort of I guess my
level.
Niche. Well, not necessarily my level, but kind of my niche, like that. Like kind of more the spooky, creepy stuff.
Dude, that's why today is important that you're on. It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, it is. Oh,
yeah, you know what sucks is that this episode was supposed to be the 13th episode, but it's the 14th. I released the 13th today, and I actually said, "Oh, Mr. Old Man is gonna love because we're gonna do the 13th episode," but it ended up not being. But today is Friday the 13th, man. I kind of forgot that myself.
That's awesome.
I love that. I love your photography. So what do? You take a standard shot and you add the effects later on Premiere or Photoshop?
So it kind of varies by image. Some of the images are pretty simple. Other ones, like I think one of them I took I think it's a composite of probably 14 different images. Like depending on the shot, some of them are simple, some of them are complicated, depending on how much I want to edit. A lot of times I'll just take a shot and not really have a set goal in mind, which is not what you're supposed to do. But I'll just kind of, okay, that's a cool shot. Let me see what I can do to it later. Other times I'll have something really planned out. So it kind of varies. I'll go out sometimes just to shoot like landscapes. Like the other night I went out and just, just like shot a bunch of sunsets and stuff. Nothing really to post, but just kind of just to get out and do it.
Practice.
Yeah, just kind of practice, and it's more like therapeutic. Just going out there by yourself. It's quiet. Get your camera out, take a picture. I just like doing it.
You live in Michigan, right? It's mostly like nature and stuff.
It's all nature. Like
it's all nature. I was thinking they have a city, like downtown kind of area.
So I was thinking on the drive home today, I'm like, you know what, EDCC, like that would actually apply to me. You just change it instead of everyday city carry, it would be everyday country carry. Because I'm basically
I have
the
made
country.
that joke before
on
this podcast. Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it.
And then somebody was like, if you end up in jail, like everyday prison carry, like I'll just stream from like jail or something. Because like in New York City, I can't carry like on the pocket.
Yeah,
you carry in, even if it's like a 3-inch blade, right? Like a slip joint, bro. Like you could have a box cutter, and it's really up to the officer to decide. Yeah. And first of all, like I'm not a white dude, like, you know what I mean? Like I've been here since 1987, but I have a green card still. Like I'm not a citizen yet, so I'll get it.
That's kind of cool, actually.
People think it's it's not by choice. It's like I just don't want to study, but I'm gonna get it this year because my mom is like, she's like, you don't know, you might get deported. You know what I mean? Like, so, but anyway, yeah, you can get in a lot of trouble actually if not if you're like carrying it. They do bag searches in the subway, but it's like you got to be doing something stupid. It's like you were saying earlier. Like you don't do dumb shit. Like I'm not gonna go to Starbucks and cut my bagel with a knife.
Yeah, don't be carrying. Here, I'll show you.
No. Yeah. What is your favorite right now to carry, by the way? That's the Pelican. He's whipping out the Pelican.
I brought both mine down just in case. I got my whole collection here.
What's your, let's say like if you had to choose, gun to your head, like which one would you pick?
Carry that in the subway.
I have that. I don't have it right now, but that is a Voyager XL Tonto. Yeah. Yes, cold steel.
I bought this as a substitute to carrying a firearm because I have a CPL, so I can carry, which I'm carrying right now. I have 2 guns within reach of me right now. So if anyone wants to come to my house, come on, come at me. Come at me.
What's your favorite though? Like if you had to choose one that you really like, you'll never get rid of it. Like what knife?
There's a lot. I love my Microtech Vector. Let me pull that out.
Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
It's going to be so funny when I upload this. They're going to be like, all they talked about is YouTube and being content creators. It doesn't matter, though, man. This podcast is going to be about a lot of different things. I'm going to have this professional, like Halo player type dude come on here. What's that?
This is the Vector.
Wow. Microtech?
Yep, Microtech Vector. This has the, my intro when the 666 pops up?
Yeah.
That's actually the serial number on here. The video's probably too crummy to see it.
Wow. No, I can see it. 666. Wow.
That's like actually the serial number.
Wow.
Yeah. When I saw it on eBay a couple of years ago now, and I was like, okay, Microtech Vector, and I was like, 666 serial number. And I'm like, yeah, I got to get it. I'm like, that's mine.
He is a Satanist.
Oh, if they only knew. No, if they only knew. I should have brought it down when you mentioned the rings, because I have an Illuminati ring. What else do I have? I got an Illuminati ring.
Are you into Illuminati with Jay-Z and Beyonce? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, I love conspiracies like that. I love the Illuminati. Like the New
Are you a
World
big
Order.
Conspiracy guy? Or not really? Like, do you follow it? Like, do you listen to Alex Jones and shit? Or
yeah, I used to back.
You know what's crazy, dude? He was right about a lot of things.
Yeah.
He was talking. All right, so I remember when he was on Joe Rogan's podcast recently to apologize for everything that's happened, how he got deplatformed and all that. He was talking about human animal hybrids that they were creating in China. And just recently, a few months ago, China announces that they've made human like animal hybrid babies or something like that, like embryos, right? And the same thing with Jeffrey Epstein. He's like, Jeffrey Epstein has this pedophile island, blah, 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 on Joe Rogan's podcast. And look what happened.
Yeah.
So, like, some of the stuff that he says is true. That's why, like, I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but one of my favorite comedians is a conspiracy guy. Tim Dillon. I don't know if you know who he is.
No, but I'll have to
He looks like, he's like a modern day Chris Farley. He's like a fat white dude.
I don't know who Chris Farley is. I don't know who anybody is.
All right, anyway, he was sort of into conspiracies and stuff, but like I'm interested in it. I don't go in the rabbit hole and like research it. Yeah. But that was one of the funny things about, the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like, now it's like this big news, right? And he was talking about that like years ago, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, you don't know, he has so much dirt on him. Jeffrey Epstein, he's going to get killed or whatever. And it's exactly what happened.
I know, yeah. Like, part of me wishes some of these conspiracies were real. Like, back when I turned 18, I bought my AR because I thought, like, Obama was taking all of our guns, a new world order, we're going to concentration camps, and it's all a civil war, and this is it. So I bought my AR, haven't shot it yet.
Yeah.
I made a video on it because I just bought a bunch more parts to it. I was going to say, are you a gun guy? But you can't be because you're in New York.
Here's the thing about me. The weirdest thing, okay? I do live in New York City, but sometimes, like I watch like hunting shows and shit. Like I watch survival stuff, even though I live here. I did come from the countryside when I was in the Philippines. I was born there, but I shot rifles and stuff with my dad. But I just never got into it, I think because it's never been available to me. But being the kind of person I am, maybe I'd get into it because like the mechanisms and things like that and like how it works. So I don't have like a stance like on it really. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't. If I was in another state, like for example, I forgot who I heard this from, but in California, they have this like ranch where like you can hunt pigs and shit. And
I've seen that. Yeah.
In Texas, there's this big like pig. There's this like, you mean Apocalypse Now? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know what it's called, but I've seen videos where guys are in helicopters with AR.
Yeah, dude, pigs. That's Ted Nugent. It's Apocalypse Now. That's what it's called. Yeah, no, but I'm saying, like in Texas, right? Like there's this big like pig problem. I don't know a lot about it, but I've just hearsay from like the podcasts I watch. And that they can't even put a dent into the population because they just grow and they just reproduce so fast. And I was like, man, I would want to do that, like, and like learn how to shoot a rifle and like get pig and like get meat for a little while and like bring it home. Like I loved that idea of like gathering my own stuff and like having meat in my freezer for like 6 months. Like I love that idea. I can't do it because it's expensive as shit, and like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I looked up a trip for Kelly and me because I was like, look, if I could get a hunting trip down for you and me, would you do it? And then I looked something up. They pick you up in New York City, they bring you upstate or whatever it is, and it's like so much money, bro.
All right, everybody, donate to the Patreon or the GoFundMe for his hunting trip.
Patreon. I know, right? And yeah, I'll vlog the whole thing when I start crying when I kill my first whatever. Do you get to go hunting over there? Or?
So we can. I've thought about going like small game hunting because I've actually never hunted before.
Like pheasants, like birds and shit.
Or like squirrels and stuff. I
want to try that.
Yeah,
most people are like, that's gross. I'm like, no, they said it tastes nutty. I want to try it.
Well, when the zombie apocalypse comes, you're going to have to know how to hunt. I mean, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, zombie apocalypse is coming. I need to know this stuff.
I can't live here. I got to go to where you are.
Yeah.
But so you have you ever gone before?
No, I've never been hunting. No one really in my family's really a big hunter. A couple of my cousins are. It's just something that I'm not opposed to it. Like I know some people are like, I don't like killing animals. Like I'm not opposed to it. I just, it's not that I haven't had opportunities, but I just like, whatever, one day I probably will. But I don't know if I could kill a deer right away. Like, it's big of a, like, I wouldn't mind killing one, but I think it's just too big of an undertaking, like, at first, like, because you got to gut it right there. And I'm just like, I don't know.
You know what? Like, I feel like it would be very emotional, right? But
probably.
I am going to take this thing that I have ethically hunted myself. This is my stance on it. This is weird coming from a person that lives in New York City, right? Is I believe that if you are ethically hunting something, fair chase, right? You're going to get this meat. You're not going to just throw it away. You're going to bring it back. You're going to eat wild game for like the next 6 months, provide meat for your family. That's like an honorable thing to me.
Well,
It's even worse to buy steak like from a grocery store and you don't know how they were slaughtered or whatever. Just even that word, like hunted or sounds better. I guess maybe it doesn't sound better when you say it like that. Yeah. Slaughtered is a really bad word. Hunted is better.
Well, I get what you're saying. Like the
honorable about it. You know.
Well,
it's
like the hunted animals, like they had a chance, like slaughtered. Like I don't have a problem with store-bought meat and stuff, but the store-bought stuff, like they were just raised to kill, so like they didn't have a chance, I guess, to escape. But like what you're saying is like the wild game kind of like, it's just like not survival of the fittest, but like the food chain just kind of coming down to them.
That's what we were doing before all these cities popped up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were getting berries. I know. Yeah. I mean, it's everywhere.
It's all
you
your
got
fault.
You got buildings.
I got Flint. Yeah, you get shot in Flint. Like they said, if you don't get shot, if the lead doesn't kill you in the water, like you'll get the lead in the bullets.
I've heard about that. That is one. You know what's funny that you mentioned that? My girl is like, how come all these billionaires don't fix the water in Flint, Michigan and shit? She's always saying that's like her number one crusade. I'm gonna tell her about this tomorrow. She's gonna get a kick out of it. For the audience,
Flint's a dump.
Let's look at some more cool things that you have, so we can keep the knife audience retained.
Right. So you want knives or you want flashlights? Because I've been like getting hardcore into flashlights.
Show us like maybe one of each in the next two things. Yeah, show us something.
So this is a pretty cool flashlight.
Yeah. Don't strobe us. Don't strobe.
No, I won't strobe you again. This one does have a strobe, but I won't strobe you. I want to shout out Prismatic Knives, if I said your name right, on Instagram. He's the one that got me really hardcore into flashlights.
Okay.
This is the Olight Seeker 2.
Okay. I've heard of that. This
one, it's like over 3,000 lumens. I mean, the thing's insane. Got probably not going to be able to see this guy, but little indicators. Super bright.
What'd it run you?
This one was only around, I think, 100. Which isn't
not bad.
Olight is awesome because the feature that they have, if I have it around here somewhere, is they're rechargeable lights.
Yeah, you just
and they're magnetically rechargeable. So,
I need to get one of those. That's so cool, man.
And USB.
What?
You just plug it in like overnight.
How long does it take to charge?
I've never charged one from a dead battery, but normally I'll just plug it in overnight and it'll be charged up by the next morning. So I'd assume like it probably only takes a couple hours. This one's 3 LEDs actually.
Wow.
So it looks pretty cool from the front.
You know what's funny is like I don't know a lot about flashlights, but like if I had the loot, I think that I would buy more because I do like having them around. I carry like a really small Olight, like the really, really small ones. Like I have it in a pocket sheath that I carry with me every day. And it's been really useful, man. Like the power went out. Yeah. Dude, the power went out. I was about to go take a leak, right? Power goes out in the shop. And this is a funny post I made on Instagram. Power goes out in the shop, okay? I have to go really bad. I just opened up. EDC saves the day, bro. I took my pocket sheath out. I had my little flashlight.
It's like, okay.
And I just let the stream flow, and that's it, man. EDC wins for that day. You know?
And I love those things. Like, people don't realize how much you'll actually use a flashlight when you start carrying it. Like, I never used to carry a flashlight before, and then when I start, I'm like, I use it every day. Like, I use my flashlight daily. It's crazy.
No, even if there's one thing that I do use it for is even though it's like a lit room, if you like lose something on the ground, it's better to shine your flashlight on it.
Oh yeah, all the time.
You get more visibility, right? And people are like, "Why are you shining a light on the carpet or whatever?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, you're asking me to find an earring,
like,
and
I can't
it's better
see.
light." Right, so I use that. Yeah, people don't. I try to get my family to understand that and shit. They kind of do a little bit, man. What other cool shit do you have right now?
Okay, let's see. I got my whole collection here. I mean, what?
Yeah, like show me something like cool that the audience is gonna like. Oh,
you guys want to see the knife collection there? Look at that. Choose something.
What's the
We have
what's like a cool kind of like knife that's not common?
Everything. Here's a custom, a prototype.
Yeah, let me see, man.
I've been wanting to make a video on this for a while because I've had it for years. This is the Warren Thomas Baby Bushido prototype.
Whoa.
It actually has a titanium blade.
Titanium?
So the edge is, let's see if I can get it here. The edge is carbonized.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, so, I mean, this thing weighs almost nothing. Like, it's stupid light. The whole backside is titanium. I've been wanting to make like an actual proper video on this.
Yeah.
It was actually owned by another YouTuber. And I bought it off of eBay. Yeah. And then, I made a short little video on it, and then a guy commented was like, "Hey, that's my knife." And I'm like, "What?" And I looked it up, and sure enough, like there's a couple little scratches on the blade, and it matches up to the video he made on it. Which I'm like, "That's actually, like we didn't even know that, because he sold it."
Is he still YouTubing right now, or
he might be? I don't actually remember specifically who it was. So, I could go back and check my my video.
I'm gonna see if I have one that you've never seen either.
Probably.
I have
got
one.
cool stuff. Like I go mainly like name brand stuff.
Yeah. I don't have anything, so you can show me whatever you want. My audience will like anything, man. Man, I'm trying to find this thing. This is the only thing that I could show you that you're gonna be like, oh, whoa. Where is it? People are like, they're just fooling around in there.
Your phone's falling.
What? Oh shit. Sorry. I found it. So this is actually, I don't know if you've ever seen, because I'm sure you've never seen that video, like the very first, not the first, but like the reason why I started collecting was for this knife.
What is that?
This is the first tungsten carbide steel folder.
What
this
the
is from
hell?
Sandra Knives in Italy. It's I think it's $995. I spent a lot of.
You bought it?
I paid for it. Yeah.
I've never spent that much on a knife.
This is the reason why I got it. All right. This
awesome.
knife is called the Clemente, right? Which is really weird that they called this knife that, because my dad's name is Clemente, and when he passed away, I accidentally found this knife and this company. They're a high-end company. They sell knives for like $40,000.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, tungsten carbide, first tungsten carbide blade. So I bought it.
Thick.
It's not the best.
No, but the handles. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it is very cool to have. I have chipped it. You know, tungsten carbide blade, of course. It's like the hardest like metal, right, or whatever it is, the hardest. It's
like
I don't know.
Oh wait, tungsten carbide. No, I was thinking
you gotta
ceramic.
heat it to like a really, really high temperature to even do anything to it. But yeah, man. Look, I lost a screw for it actually. Like, look, it's like a different screw there.
Did you actually carry it?
I did. It's all fucked up.
No, but I've been worried about carrying like my high-end knives. Like I've never wanted to carry like my high. Here's the most expensive knife I
carried it because my reasoning to carry it was like, I'm never gonna get rid of this knife, right? And I was like, my dad would want me to carry it, so I did. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, it had like sentimental value. I would never pay $1,000 for a knife ever. Is that a hinder?
So this is the hinder. This is the most expensive knife I've ever bought. This was back before they actually came down in price to what they should have been, around like $400, $425, I think they are now. But this one I paid around, I think it was $700 for, which is kind of overpriced, but that's the most I've ever paid for a knife.
What? So is that S35?
Yeah, S35 VN.
Titanium and G10 or?
Yep, titanium G10. This was like
the action on that.
It's really smooth, actually. Like,
wow.
I mean, it's a nice knife, but it was just way too much at the time. Like, and this was like the only model that they had in stock because it was back when like hinders were kind of rare. Now they've ramped up production. And
how much are they now?
I think they hang around like $425, $450, which isn't bad actually. They're definitely worth that now. But back then they were like $700, and like you couldn't find them. Like Monkey Edge. Shout out to Monkey Edge, my favorite. That's like my favorite knife porn site. It's awesome.
MonkeyEdge.com.
Have you ever been on there?
No. What is it? Is it like a shop or?
Oh, you gotta look at it. They carry the high end stuff. Like, yeah, you gotta check it out. They carry like high end custom knives, sort of semi-custom ish stuff. Yeah. Until you actually go on there, you won't.
I'm gonna check it out for
sure. Yeah, you gotta check it out because
MonkeyEdge.com.
I just go on there just to browse, you know, because also they're. Whoever does their photography on there is really good because all their pictures, like you can just look at them all. I mean, I'm gushing about it, but it's like that is my site. That is
I'm
like
gonna check that out for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. What's the most recent purchase you made, like a knife purchase?
For knife, that would be the bug out.
Oh, you got the bug out. Okay.
I actually made an unboxing video of it where I was dead tired and I haven't uploaded it yet. I haven't even edited it yet. Yeah. But they would be.
How long does it take you to edit a video?
Normally
like if it's like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, so that's kind of the average length of my videos is about like 10 to 15 minutes of footage. And that probably takes me around 3 hours, I'd say. Yeah. About 3, and I can normally condense it down to about like 7 to 10 minutes then. Yeah. But I do
that's usually the length for mine too, 7 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you do a lot more cuts and stuff.
Dude, I have to because I really don't know much. You know, it's like when I
as
talk
much
about,
as I do. I don't know.
Yeah. Your
all
stuff
these new
looks
super
better
steals
than
and stuff.
mine.
I'm not paying attention to all these new super
Oh, I
steals.
don't.
I'm just like, this has
I don't.
steel. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm like, if it says 35VN, it makes me feel good inside. I could probably buy it, you know? But all this new stuff, I rely on the other guys to tell me if it's good or not. Like,
and I'm honestly the same way. I can't even sharpen a knife. I can't even sharpen knives.
I have a KME, but like, even though it's a guided system, like I can still fuck it up like real bad, dude. It's really funny. Do you have any like closing things that you want to plug? We've done 1 hour and 10. This is the longest podcast I've ever done.
You'll have to chop it down.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I am gonna maybe splice in some clips that you talk about.
If you need any, yes,
I'm just gonna rip it. I'm just gonna rip it off your site, like off your YouTube. But like, if I do need pictures,
IRC, you're getting a copyright strike.
No,
I'm gonna copyright this video.
You know what's funny is like,
it's coming for you. Coppa's coming for you.
Like Coppa's coming for you. Is there anything that you want to plug for people to follow? Like, you know, please say it right now.
Patreon, donate to my Patreon that I don't have. I don't have a Patreon.
No, like Instagram, a website, photography, page.
I mean, just check out my YouTube channel. I have all my info there. If you like it, just follow me. If you don't, you know, just block me. I don't know.
I'm going to splice it on screen. I'm going to splice it on screen for sure.
If you find this video from me, like, you know, if someone searched for me, you know, and then, like, I don't know who would, but then you found this video from it, make sure to definitely subscribe to EDCC. Because he's going to blow up soon. Like,
dude.
You know, your channel's going to blow up soon. I know it. Like, I can feel it. Like,
thank you so much, man. That makes me feel really good. Everybody that watches
here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to make a knife collection video. You need to make one viral video. Like, and knife collection videos in our community, like that's the viral video. Like, they always get views. Make one of those in your style, and you're gonna blow up. Like, I guarantee. Make but don't make it for this year. Make it for 2020. Because I've been wanting to make a knife collection video or an update for about like 2-3 months now, and I'm holding off until 2020 because in 2020 that's when people are gonna start looking for knife collection 2020. So wait until next year, make one, and you're gonna blow up before the end of the year, guaranteed.
Thank you so much, bro. Everyone, please follow Mr. Oldman. I'm going to splice all of his channels on the screen here. This is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray. This is the EDCCP saying peace.
Yo, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so we can squad up in the comments.